Welcome, brothers, to a truth so raw it'll shake the foundations of everything you've been taught about power, control, and self-worth. Imagine this: you're stuck in a cycle, chasing her validation, texting back like a loyal dog, hoping she'll see your worth. But what if I told you the real power lies in walking away? Not just stepping back, but ghosting her completely, vanishing like a shadow in the night, and watching the chaos unfold. This isn't about petty games or revenge. It's about reclaiming your soul through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Today, we're diving deep into a philosophy that's forged emperors and warriors, a code that'll teach you how to master yourself, not her. In this video, you'll uncover 5 unshakable chapters, each a stepping stone to unshackle you from neediness and awaken the man you're meant to be. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll see why silence is your greatest weapon. If this hits you hard, smash that subscribe button. Let's spread this fire to every man who needs to hear it. Like, share, and let's begin. Men, let's start with a brutal truth. Your need for her approval is a chain around your neck. You've been conditioned to think that her texts, her glances, her fleeting attention define your value. But Stoicism flips the script. It's not about what she thinks, it's about what you control. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Ghosting her completely isn't just cutting contact, it's cutting the cord to your own desperation. Picture this: you stop texting, stop calling, stop orbiting her life. What happens? She's confused, maybe even rattled, but you're free. The moment you embrace indifference, you step into a fortress of self-mastery. This isn't cruelty, it's clarity. You're not punishing her, you're preserving yourself. Think of Seneca's wisdom: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. You've built her up in your mind as some goddess who holds your fate, but she doesn't. She's just a person, and you're the one with the reins. When you ghost her, you're not waiting for her reaction, you're watching yourself rise. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies in what we can endure, not what we can chase. So, vanish. Let her wonder. Let the silence scream louder than your words ever could. This is your first step to empowerment, and it's only the beginning. If this resonates, hit subscribe. Let's get this truth to every man out there. Now that you've ghosted her, the real battle begins, not with her but within you. Stoicism isn't just about walking away, it's about staying away. Epictetus, the slave-turned-philosopher, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Ghosting her completely demands discipline, the kind that forges you into iron. You'll feel the itch, those late-night urges to text, to check her stories, to see if she's noticed your absence. But here's the secret: every time you resist, you win. You're not just ignoring her, you're training your mind to bow to your will, not your emotions. Think of it like a Stoic gym. Every rep of restraint builds your mental muscle. Picture this: she posts something cryptic, fishing for your attention. Old you would have bitten the bait, but new you? You scroll past, unbothered, because your peace is non-negotiable. This is where men falter. They crack under the weight of their own weakness. But not you. You're learning that self-discipline isn't deprivation, it's liberation. The Stoics knew that external chaos can't touch a man who's conquered his impulses. Ghosting her isn't a one-time act, it's a lifestyle. You're not waiting for her to come crawling back. You're too busy building a life she can't disrupt. Subscribe if you're ready to master this art. Share this with a brother who needs the push. Silence, men, is your sword. When you ghost her completely, you wield a weapon sharper than any argument or plea. The Stoics revered silence not as weakness, but as dominance. Seneca wrote, "Nothing is so certain as that the evils of idleness can be shaken off by hard work." But here, your work is stillness. You're not scrambling to explain yourself or justify your exit. You're letting the void speak. Imagine her texting you, confused, maybe even angry. "Why'd you disappear?" And you? Nothing. Not a word. That silence isn't just deafening, it's transformative. It forces her to face the reality of your absence, but more importantly, It forces you to face yourself. You're not running from confrontation, you're rising above it. The strength in silence is that it strips away the noise, her games, your doubts, and leaves only truth. You don't need to prove your worth to her, you prove it to yourself by staying steady. Think of Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, who taught that tranquility comes from within. When you stop feeding the drama, you starve it. She might rage, she might chase, but you're untouchable. This is where you become a man of substance, not a puppet of reaction. If this hits home, smash that subscribe button. Let's spread this strength to every man watching. Ghosting her completely isn't just a tactic, it's a gateway to freedom. Stoicism teaches us that attachment is the root of suffering. You've tied your happiness to her whims, her replies, her moods, her approval, and it's kept you caged. But when you vanish, you break those bars. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. Picture this, you're no longer refreshing her profile, no longer wondering if she's thinking of you. Instead, you're thinking of you, your goals, your growth, your empire. She's not the center anymore, you are. This is where the Stoic man thrives, unburdened by what he can't control. You're not ghosting her to hurt her, you're doing it to heal yourself. The freedom comes when you realize her absence doesn't diminish you, it amplifies you. You're not waiting for her to validate your existence, you're validating it with every step you take away. The Stoics knew that true liberty is owning your mind, not begging for someone else's. When you detach, you're not losing her, you're finding you. This is the emancipation every man deserves. If you're feeling this, subscribe now, let's liberate more men with this truth. Here's the payoff, brothers. Ghost her completely, and watch what happens next, not to her but to you. Stoicism isn't about the external reaction, it's about the internal revolution. When you've mastered indifference, discipline, silence, and detachment, you're not the same man. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things." You've judged yourself worthy, not by her standards, but by yours. Picture this, weeks pass, maybe months. She's faded into the background, but you're sharper, stronger, more alive. You've redirected that energy, once wasted on her, into your purpose. Maybe you're lifting heavier, working smarter, or just sitting in peace without that gnawing need. This is the transformation Stoicism promises, a man who stands tall because he's learned to kneel to no one. Ghosting her wasn't the end, it was the beginning. You've watched what happens next, you happen. She might come back, she might not, but it doesn't matter, her power's gone. You're not a beggar at her gate, you're a king in your own domain. The Stoics built lives of virtue, not validation, and now you're doing the same. This is the legacy of a man who dares to disappear and reappear as himself. Subscribe if you're ready to transform. Share this with every man who needs to rise. Men, ghosting her completely isn't a trick, it's a triumph. Through Stoicism, you've learned that power isn't in her hands, it's in yours. Indifference, discipline, silence, detachment, they're not just steps, they're pillars of a life worth living. You've watched what happens next, you become unshakable. This isn't about her, it's about you reclaiming your dignity, your time, your soul. The Stoics didn't bow to chaos, and neither should you. If this video lit a fire in you, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep this message alive for every man out there searching for strength. Like it, share it, spread it, because every brother deserves to know his worth isn't tied to her reply. Walk away, rise up, and watch yourself become the man you were always meant to be. Until next time, stay stoic, stay sovereign.